Hey everybody, welcome back to Factorio Operation Lazy Bastard. I'm Joe Mama, your host. We have a rather exciting episode today. First of all, let's walk over to our nuclear facility and take a look at what's going on over here. It's changed a little bit since the last time you were here, and I'll explain to you how. First of all, you will notice we finally got nuclear weapons researched. Oh yes, and one is ready for us. That brings our grand total to 11 nuclear weapons in our inventory. Sweet. So we've got this facility set up. We researched the technology, and we've got also, if you notice these chests right here, we've got the logistic network set up. So if you're going to see robots flying all over the place, I did several hours worth of work off camera to include getting logistic robots up and running. So not only do we have construction robots, but we've got logistic robots that carry stuff around for us. So no longer are we required to have belts for everything we do, or trains or whatnot. Oh, well that's interesting. This one is, I set up this chest right here, but it's actually not within the network. So let's go ahead and fix that by setting up a roboport. And I'm going to set that up right here. Okay, cool. Okay, and that wall is fending off the biters. Fantastic. Yeah, we've got a handle on the defense now, and we're actually going to, with these nuclear weapons, we're going to stop these attacks that keep happening. And we've got a bunch of them, so we should be able to do it. But take a look at what I've done here. The Covarex, take a look at this. This Covarex is absolutely kicking butt on reprocessing and enriching the low-yield 238. So if you notice, all the centrifuges are operating right now, and the way that works is it's a snowball effect. As I explained last time, the input is a certain amount of uranium-235, which is the good stuff, and then it actually turns, it uses that to help turn some uranium-238, which is the low-yield stuff, into more of the good stuff. So when you daisy, and then it spits out it spits out the entire product, which includes the one uranium-235 that it created, plus the 40 that it required as a catalyst, and it passes that 40 on to the next centrifuge and the next one and the next one, and I've got 2 rows of centrifuges doing that. And then I've got uranium-238 being passed up through the middle, and it is slowly being consumed in this process. And my goal is that there's very little uranium-238 left, and we've got lots of uranium-235, and once we get uranium-235 in good amounts, we've got plenty of nuclear fuel. If I go over here to the nuclear plant, I've got this little buffer chest right here, and it is almost got, or it's got over 2,000 units of nuclear fuel. So it's almost full. So we are stacked on nuclear fuel, and as far as power consumption goes, we are stacked on power. So we have lots of surplus power. So a lot of this uranium-235, the bright green stuff, is being passed back and forth between these centrifuges. So at this point, once it gets down here, I've set up these 4 splitters in banks. Now, most of the feeds go right back into the main line, but I've got one feed over here. So basically, if you think 2 to the power of 4, so that's 16. So 16 out of, or 1 out of every 16, and I could add another one and make it 32, 1 out of every 32, or 1 out of every 64, right on down the line. But 2 to the power of 4 is 16, so 1 out of every 16 makes its way over to the nuclear weapons plant. So I'm slowly tapping off some of the extra uranium-235 that's being produced. But I could probably tap off a little more, because this number right there, this chest, is holding 28. And that means there's 28 waiting to go into the centrifuge, and the centrifuge holds enough materials to do 2 cycles. So, and that number has been going up, and that number has been going up. So more and more, we're just creating lots of excess uranium-235. So yeah, we could stand to put a little more into production of nukes. Let's go ahead and take that one. So now we've got, what does that come to? 12 nukes? All right. Also, I want to show you something. Look at our technology tree. We have researched the rocket silo, so we can actually go ahead and start building the rocket silo. And you know what? I actually would like to go ahead and research white science. Let's go ahead and do that too. because we're going to need that. It's a long-term thing. That's a game winner thing right there. So we're going to go ahead and get that started. So one thing I'd like to do, though, is let's find out. In order to make a rocket silo, we need lots of blue chips. We need electric engine units. We can get those. We need pipes. We need concrete. Okay, so let's go ahead, hop in our tank. Where's our tank? Where'd our tank go? Oh, it's right down here. Got it. And we are going to go gather up some materials for us to do that. Oh, some bad news, though. In those hours of work that I did, you may notice, look up in the upper left, and you're going to see the lazy bastard achievement tracker. I goofed. I must have created something in my inventory, but I looked at it this morning and realized, oh, nuts. I created something. So we're actually in double digits. But I'm excited to be reaching the end of this game and finally getting the achievement at all. So you know what? The double digit thing, the avoiding double digits, not a huge deal. Let's, you know what? 10. That's pretty good. I'm good with that. So we need blue chips. We're going to come over here and grab some blue chips. Let's grab those and toss them into the tank. What else do we need in order to do this? We need 200 blue chips. Okay, we got those. We need electric engine units, and there are a few of those over here. Let's go for walkies. By the way, here's our rocket control units being produced. Very cool. And electric engine units. Fantastic. How many did I say we needed? 200. Okay, that sound was my night vision goggles going off. 1, 2, 3, 4. 200, right? I gotta verify that. Yeah. 200. We've got 100 pipes. We're good there. We need a whole bunch of steel. And we need concrete. But I'm trying to remember, where did I set up concrete to be made? Right here. Yeah, okay, we got concrete right here. We got 4.8 thousand concrete, or 4.8, yeah, 4.8 thousand concrete. So yeah, we're good there. So let's go ahead in that direction. And what else? Concrete and steel. We can find the steel there also. Good. So we're going to go back to where it all began. We might actually have to get rid of some of the materials in the tank if we want to bring everything back here. Which I'm thinking we'll do. Wait a second. Okay. Space science requires what now? Okay, 5 sciences. Got it. Doesn't require military science. Which is why there's no... Oh, there are some military science. So what are we missing? Purple science? Do we not have purple science? Where's the purple science? Let's take a look. What happened to purple science? I'm not seeing any. Oh, for crying out loud. Oh, I see some. A little bit. There just doesn't seem to be a lot of purple science. Is any coming down the pipe? Oh yeah, there's a little bit. What's the shortcoming? It's short on railroad tracks. And why are we short on railroad tracks? Probably because we're short on steel. Wow, I can't believe it's actually railroad tracks that we're short on. Yeah, look at that. It's steel. Steel is the discriminating factor. Okay. So it's going. It's just going slow because steel. And steel is going slow because iron. What we need to actually do is get some more iron trains going. But what I want to do before we get more iron trains going is get rid of the let's get rid of the biters that are going to be aggroed by the pollution that are going to be caused by mining of the iron. So first, we're going to set up a assembly machine, and that assembly machine will be working on building our rocket silo. We only have to build one, and then we can start building rocket parts. Actually, most of the components that we need for rockets, rocket parts, are already being built. Low density structures, rocket control units, and rocket fuel. Where is it? Right here, rocket fuel. Yeah, we need to be building that. Oh, and nuclear fuel. How about that? Yeah. Okay, so that's one thing we've got to start building too. And we'll go down to the petroleum area and work on that. And then, toward the end of the episode, we're going to take our 12 nuclear weapons and deliver them where they belong. Straight up the biter's 4th point of contact. Okay, we got our chips. And we need some more steel. Alright, add the steel. Alright. And then we'll have our rocket silo. Okay, rocket silo successfully built and in our inventory. Okay, this is actually a pretty good place right here, I think. Why don't we do this? And why is this a good place, you ask? Because right in this general area, first of all, it's right near the science lab, so, you know, got to do that. But right near this general area, we've got 2 of the 3 components we need, which are the rocket control units and the low-density structures, so much so that I bet we could get away with doing this. We might even be able to belt them in to the rocket silo, but not the way this is set up, unfortunately. Well, you know what? Actually, yeah, we can. Yeah, we can. Let's do this. There we go. So now we've got the rocket control units being fed in there, and we'll go ahead and belt these guys in, these low density structures. Okay, good. So we've got that, and I think what we need to do then is let's get some rocket fuel going. And what do we need to make rocket fuel again? We need solid fuel and light oil. Okay, I think we can do that. Do we need chemical plants to do it? Probably. Okay, slight correction. It's not chemical plants. They're produced in assembly machines, just like most other items. For some reason, I thought because rocket fuel was a petroleum product, that it was produced in a chemical plant, so I was wrong. But there we have it. Okay, missed a inserter there. So, actually, and I've got this belt cleaned up. I had to reroute the solid fuel belt to get what I needed there. But now I've got it routed the proper way. Let me see, do I have enough substations? Yes, I do, so that can stay there. So let us go back up to the rocket. And we're going to do one other thing before we get going. Okay, and actually, you know what? Let me double check something. I want to make sure that those provider chests were not blinking. Yes, good. They're in the logistical system. There is the RoboPort. So what we need to do is go up and set up a requester chest for that rocket fuel rather than run a belt all the way up there. Okay, so let's set up our requester chests. Maybe even 50. Okay, well, why don't we do that? And I'll go ahead and remove these. I don't know what I'm thinking. Okay, so there's the one requesting rocket fuel. Rocket fuel is already on the way. Everything except rocket fuel. It'll start making rocket parts, and then at some point we'll set up the ability to make a satellite. And that's what this science pack is for. The science pack research is going to open up the satellite to production for us, but we don't have that just yet, so we should see robots on the way. I hope. It's going to take a little while. Bam, first part, so we got 1%. Awesome. Oh, that becomes a launch button. Okay, that's right. Awesome. Okay, good, 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 good. So that way, because we have requested 50, then there will always be a good amount of rocket fuel on the way. So hopefully there'll be very little lag time with production. So hopefully we should get ourselves a rocket pretty quick. Let us go back and get the tank. Let's take a look at the map. And oh, there's still things hitting. There are still things hitting that wall. That's interesting. Let's check this wall. Let's look very carefully. I'm looking to see where our pressure is coming from. Okay, we've got to take out some bases over here. Looks like we've got to take out some bases down here. And I imagine we're going to find some dead bug bodies near this wall too as well. Yep, sure enough. Sure enough. Okay. Okay, so these 3 bases down there we're going to have to take care of. So first of all, let's go north. And I'm thinking it's right over here where, oh, yep. And we found evilness. And let's pick our target. Yeah, buddy. That's one nuke down. Okay, is that right? Yes. Okay, there we are. Okay, hopefully they'll find their way to the wall, where they will die. I think that might... Oh man, that was close. Did that even destroy them all? Get us? That's going to take that whole base out, for sure. And... yeah, one. Missed one. Oh, missed three. That did it. When in doubt, see your way out. That took care of that. Okay, we know there are 3 bases down here, so let's go down this direction. Actually, let's see if we can approach this from the east. And then we'll just roll right up, heading west, taking these bases with us. Oh yeah. That just wiped out that base. So let's see if we can do the same to each. Just wipe the whole thing. Oh wow, we have a survivor. There's another one right here. Is he dead? Nope. He's not alive. The tank still goes. Alright, that takes care of them all. Well, looking at this pollution cloud, I can see that there are some places I can't account for. There might be some agitation going on up here, possibly, so we'll keep an eye on the wall. We'll keep an eye on the hordes of biters that come our way, but for the most part, and this is all just, these are not real. These are just ghost images of a long dead base. But I can't see what's going on down here either. So for all we know, we might still be running into some hordes of biters. Don't know. But here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that come next episode, I think we'll be able to finish the game. I think that by the time the next episode begins, I'm going to have a rocket ready to launch with the satellite, and we will do that. Hold up. Hold the phone. We are about to end this series right now. Forget another episode. We're going to do this right now. Because I have let the game run for a few hours, and then I realized that, you know what? Once this is done running, it's only a matter of a few mouse clicks before this thing is done. So let's go ahead and make that happen. So here we have our launch pad, and while letting it run, it actually completed construction of the rocket, so we are prepared to deflower the sky with this big, thick, round thing. Yeah, that's right, I said it. So all we need to do to get science coming out is to add a satellite to the inventory of this thing. So now that we've researched space technology or space science, all we got to do, I've already got it set up, with all the materials, is we need to give this assembly machine a recipe that includes a satellite. And I think we can go ahead and do that right here. So there we go. It's going to put all the materials in. In fact, you know what? I can kind of speed that process along, I suppose. Or we can just let it do its thing. Also, what I've done is I have actually created depleted uranium rounds. So now we've got ammunition that, as you can see, the science has been researched. We got ammunition here that's a lot more powerful than the usual bullets we've been used in the past. But enough about that. We have satellite complete. The satellite is loaded in the rocket. Also, one last step. I set up a belt that's going to carry the science from the rocket into the science lab. So you can kind of see that there. So let me go ahead and put the inserter in place. Right there, it's a stack inserter. And let's go ahead and hit that launch button. Oh, I love the rocket launch. There you go. And off it goes. Oh, look at that. So we got 2 achievements. A, we got the Lazy Bastard achievement, but we also got the Steam All the Way achievement, which means we won the game without any solar panels. Interesting. I forgot about that one. So let's go ahead and see if we can click out of that. Okay, we're going to continue. And we should start seeing white science. There we go. There's the space science. Coming on out. And it should fit into these cars nicely. And then we should have all 7 sciences fitting into the cars. So right there is... Oh, you know what? Yeah, we actually didn't put the inserter in place. It's going to put them in the cars. So there we go. Boom. Yep. Awesome. Awesome. So there we go. So now the rocket launch pad is going to continue to build rocket parts. And so we can do multiple rocket launches, but I think that's actually going to end this game. So that will end the game. That will end this series. So again, thank you guys so much for sticking through this. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you all are looking forward to the release of 1.0, which is supposed to be in August 20th or so. So I hope everybody's pumped for that. I know I am. So anyway, we'll see you guys in the next series. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and you will see more Factorio content. You can count on it. And I will see you guys then. Ciao.